Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to be lighting some alcohol ink on fire today. Welcome to our winter wonderland here in Canada. It's February, so it's kind of freezing, but probably the best weather to do this in. We get a lot of wildfires in the summer, so I've got my tray of supplies here. I've got my tiles. I have my long-handled lighter. You want to use one of these so that you're further away from the flames, so you don't light your arm on fire. We've got our inks, and then we're using 99% alcohol because it's the most flammable. Make sure that you're using your respirator because you thought alcohol ink was toxic before. It's a lot more toxic when you light it on fire, as I'm sure you can imagine. Alright, so we have our tiles in a tray in my barbecue. I'm doing it in the barbecue so it's the safest, and I'm using the tray so that the runoff doesn't go into my barbecue so I can still use it for food. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to load up the tiles with some 99% alcohol on there. Make sure it's good and covered. We're going to start with a single color so you can see how the ink actually reacts. And then we'll try a couple of blends and gradients and stuff. I'm going to do 3 sets total here. Alright, so we're just going to get those fully covered. This is a lot of fun. This is my favorite thing to do with alcohol ink for sure. I'm kind of a pyro though, so that helps. Alright, so we're going to start off with denim. Load that up. If you're doing a single color, I like to really go crazy with the alcohol, or with the ink. Make it really vibrant. Smush that around a bit. And away we go. So it's not actually the ink that burns, it's the alcohol that burns. If you try to light just the ink on fire, it won't go. You have to have alcohol as the carrier. Just the same as painting, it's what evaporates and creates all the cool patterns on everything. This is also the best way to get a perfect infinity ring, as you can see here. Alright, cool. So be careful when you're done because obviously they're hot, you just lit them on fire, so yeah. Also be aware of any little pooling spots of alcohol underneath because it can reignite if you're not careful or if you don't wait long enough between. I have had times where it relights even if there's nothing there, so just be aware of that. It's probably a good idea to keep a fire extinguisher nearby. We've got one in the corner here. So this one we're going to do a blend from 2 colors. I'm going to go from Pool to Wild Plum. Again, just coat that up with alcohol again. Got the plum on one side. Pool on the other. Now we're not going to move these around too much just because I don't want the colors to mix a ton, but I am going to pull them out to the corners just a little bit more. Alright, and fire away. Looks like I waited too long. You have to move pretty quickly because the alcohol evaporates so quickly that it can be difficult to nail it actually, especially when you're doing kind of finer work like this. Yeah, so those were kind of a bust. We're going to try that again. Again, beauty of ceramic tiles, you can just keep doing them again and again, and eventually it'll work. Get some more pool in there. Okay, let's try this now. Woo! There we go. Now we've got some interesting effects going on here. Wait till it's completely out, you can still see there's some flames coming in there. There we go. I live in an apartment building, so you could probably hear some people talking in the background here. Okay, so you can still see some smoke coming up there. There we go. Oh, it's still a bit hot. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna do what's my personal favorite here. I call this my amoeba coasters. It's a really neat effect. So we're gonna do a blend on the background again, just like the other ones. We're going to use coral. And willow. Ooh, see, there's a nice blend there. I'm going to take Mermaid and I'm just going to sploosh it on top here. That wasn't the right word for that, but... So it creates all these neat little dot patterns, and I'm going to take my wild plum, go back in there and just... Now remember that the ink actually won't really light, so if you want it to light, use alcohol again. Yeah, you see it just reignited there because I had a little bit of alcohol in there. Very cool. It's super easy to overdo it because it's so fun. So we're just going to keep going. A little bit of pool in there. Maybe throw some more coral on top. I'm not going to do too much more because it's just going to go muddy soon, but there we go. That's my effects here. So with these hex tiles, I like to go around and just use my finger to smudge with a little bit of alcohol to smudge it around the sides so that it creates a nice blend down. I don't want to do it just yet because I'm afraid that it's going to light on fire. But I basically just take my finger and I just wipe it along there with a glove on. And yeah, so that's lighting my alcohol ink on fire.